So, Todd and Dan, could you come on up?
Read slowly. We'd like to keep them here for quite a while.
Well, they might have calls to take too, so just come on up. And I'll just read through this. On June 11, 2015, at 6:38 a.m., Wayzata police were dispatched to the report of a suspicious white cargo van parked in the caller's driveway. The resident reported the man got out of the van and was seen walking around her home carrying a knife and an axe. Officers Todd Peterson and Dan Lee responded to the call. While en route, officers received updated information that the male was now leaving the residence in the van. Officers encountered the van just blocks away and attempted a traffic stop. The driver did not stop. After traveling about 3 blocks, the driver slammed on his brakes, put his vehicle in reverse, and rammed Officer Peterson's squad car. He then proceeded east again. Over the course of the next mile, the driver repeated this, ramming Officer Peterson's squad multiple times, and at one point hitting his squad hard enough to push it back into Officer Lee's squad car. As the van approached the stoplight at Gleason Lake Road, we're on Wayzata Boulevard now, the driver continued at his normal speed and plowed into the rear end of an innocent motorist who was stopped at the red light. The driver of the van then continued to accelerate and push that vehicle north on Gleason Lake Road for approximately 1 block before coming to a stop. He then put his vehicle in reverse and rammed Officer Peterson's squad again. The van didn't immediately move. Officer Lee believed that it was now disabled. He drove his squad around the van on the passenger side and was now nearer to the innocent victim, who remained in her vehicle. The officers did not know her condition, and the driver again had an avenue to escape if he would have just driven around the left side of the vehicle. Instead, he turned the van to the right and sped directly towards Officer Lee's squad, striking it squarely in the driver's door. Officer Lee's leg was now pinned in the vehicle, and he could see nothing, as the airbags had deployed and were blocking his view out all of the windows. Officer Peterson pinned the van in place with his squad car so that it could no longer move. He noted that he believed at that time that the man they were dealing with had the intention of killing one or both of the officers. Because an officer was trapped in his squad and the victim remained in his vehicle, Officer Peterson approached the van with a sense of urgency and engaged the driver, pulling him out of the van. He described the man as having a crazed look in his eyes and mumbling unintelligible words. With his sidearm in hand, Officer Peterson saw the man's hands were empty. He reholstered his weapon, and the man came at Officer Peterson. Officer Peterson retreated, attempting to create space and distance to draw his taser. While this was happening, Officer Lee was able to free his left leg from the vehicle. He also heard Officer Peterson calling for help. He climbed over the center console and all the squad equipment out the passenger door. He ran around the cars to find Officer Peterson, who had just fallen backwards to the ground with the man still approaching. Officer Lee tackled the man, and the 3 struggled. The officers managed to control the man, enabling a third officer from the Plymouth Police Department to place handcuffs on him. The 19-year-old female victim was unharmed and suffered no serious injury from the deliberate crash. Officer Lee was treated for minor injury at a hospital, and the suspect was charged with assault in the first degree against a police officer. He was deemed mentally ill and was committed without standing trial. Because Officers Peterson and Lee put their lives at risk to protect themselves and an innocent victim while using the minimal force necessary to capture a dangerous and mentally ill person, even after being feloniously assaulted themselves, I am proud to award each of them the Wayzata Police Department Medal of Valor. And as part of this presentation, they do have an actual Medal of Valor they can pin on their uniforms, so present them with these as well. And that's all we have. I'm getting them in and I'm getting them out.
Well, let me just add that we pointed out at the luncheon yesterday how grateful we are to our police department. These folks put their lives at risk every day for us. They have no idea what's going to unfold during the day. It could be a day like all days, or it could be an event, a life-shattering event like this. And we just owe you such a debt of gratitude for standing between us, chaos, all the evildoers out there. We're very proud of you. We're blessed with one of the most professional, skilled, and experienced police forces in the area, and you just have our highest esteem. And in this case, for behaving with restraint in the face of really uncertain violence, boy, great credit to you, great credit to your department, your chief, all your members, just terrific. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
And congratulations.